I'm realizing that I can't afford to be single. Hear me out, because I know that sounds crazy. I went to Food Line on my lunch break just to grab, some stuff for the house. And for what I plan to eat for the next 3 days, it cost me like $87. Trying to figure out how. I barely eat. $87. And it's like I could carry everything in my hand outside the case of water. When did food get so high? Like when I got my first apartment, $120 was enough for me, my daughter, and my kid's dad for the month. $120 is what I spent, and we ate full meals every day. I'm so confused. Like, I feel like I need to be in a relationship so this guy can fund all my food.
Is it unrealistic to want a provider man in 2026? Gas prices are up, everything is expensive, can't go to the grocery store without spending $100. Is it really realistic to expect a provider man to provide everything in 2026? Drop a comment down below and let me know what you guys think.
If you see I get my hair done, my nails done, my lashes done, my eyebrows waxed, facials, yoga, I get a matcha every day to treat myself. I go to the spa, I get massages. Why are you coming at me with no stuff? Where's my stuff? If you see I got a doodle that costs more than your rent, why are you coming over here with no stuff? That's where I'm confused at. Because if I give myself stuff, why do you think I'm gonna make any space for any man that ain't giving me nothing? Baby, move along. Come on. Get out the way. Get out the way for another man. If you see I get my hair done, my
Fellas, imagine you're sitting here in serenity, right? You're starting your morning off peaceful. You might catch a dove on your balcony. You go, you grab your Wolverine cup, you fill it with some coffee, maybe put some caramel, a little bit of sprinkle of caramel syrup in there. You're having an amazing morning. You got Sports Center, whatever on the TV, and then all you hear is, and then here does she wake up. Where's my stuff? Goodness gracious, man. Listen, man. Getting with her is really going to show what you prioritize. You see what she prioritizes. But if you're a man and you accept that into your life, into your space, then it shows what you prioritize. Because you definitely don't prioritize peace. Y'all, before we get into the next clip, if you could like the video, I greatly appreciate it. Only takes a second and actually does help out tremendously. And also, if you got it.
Nobody talks about how being single is so expensive. When I tell you, y'all, I live on my own. So I keep my apartment, and when you have an apartment, you have to maintain it. Then you got bills, then you got car problems. Then on top of that, your beauty maintenance. You got to make sure you look good. And then on top of that, God forbid a girl wants to have fun. She want to go to a restaurant. She want to get some new clothes. She want to take a little trip. All of that is on you. Like when you are single and live by yourself, like nobody's coming to save you. And I feel like it's not talked about a lot. I feel like people are always saying having kids is expensive. Yes, having kids is expensive. I'm not going to lie. And I'm not even ready for that yet. But being single, baby, is expensive. It is expensive. So, to everyone that's single out there, do you agree? Do you feel like being single is expensive? And if you do, how much do you feel like you spend? Nobody.
To normalize women saying they want a provider. I am tired of pretending that attraction is purely intellectual. Stability is attractive. Leadership is attractive. Feeling safe is attractive. If you want a man who takes care of business so you can take care of the home and the relationship, that is not shallow. I notice even a lot of my friends aren't upfront about this. Like, can we stop pretending about what we actually care for? We need to normalize women.
Okay, cool. So you verbalize what you feel is attractive to you. Cool. Let's hold that for a second because in mass, I think that men try to live up to what women verbalize is attractive to them, and they try to fulfill on that. But now we have to flip the coin and we have to ask, now, are you prioritizing and taking into account what men say is attractive to them? Because then that's where we start to get a little lost in the sauce. And that's when we start to get a little cognitively dissonant and act like we don't understand logic.
Want to know something that just really gets on my nerves? And is this a rant? Probably yes, kind of. However, it's a rant of a mother that is over 50, a single parent, has children that are adults but not really adults, and everything that they do revolves around my income. So student loans, anything revolves around my income on the FOSFA or whatever the hell you call that thing. And that is not cool, because when do I get a break on anything? I don't get a tax break on anything because I'm a single person and I don't have little kids. I don't get any of those grants or any of that stuff that they give everybody else that is not a middle-aged woman that is single. And one day I'm going to absolutely lose my mind over this. Today might be the day. I'm not really sure. But where is the relief for a hardworking single woman in her 50s that has kids, that is adults, but is like raising them on her own and always has? What is that? Where is my help? Okay, I'm kind of whining, but I'm kind of not. And I am going to go to Pilates now.
As of January 3rd, I am in over $100,000 in debt. It is a mix of school loans, personal loans, and credit cards. Here's the breakdown. So for Miss Sally Mae, I owe $48,708. For Nelnet, I owe $50,140. I have two personal loans. One is for my car, and that one is $10,507. And then my personal loan is $4,703. And then I have three credit cards. The first one is $1,300.
The personal loan isn't credit. What type of personal loan is that? I thought that encompassed the credit card. She got a $5,000 personal loan.
And $26. The second one, which is Best Buy, that one is $3,130. And then the last one, which is my Apple Card, that one is $2,821. I do not know the exact amount, but it's around $120,000. I am sharing this for a couple of reasons. Number one, so you can be less embarrassed about your debt that you have. And secondly, because 2025 is going to be the year that I'm actually going to actively pay down my debt. Last summer, I paid down a chunk of things that I'm not carrying into 2025, thank God. And so I'm planning on doing the same thing, taking my income and throwing it towards my credit cards or the things that have the highest interest, and just kind of snowballing and doing it that way.
You literally cannot afford to be single in this economy. A one income household, bitch, not sustainable. I consider myself to make okay money. I wouldn't say I make great money, but I have a decent job. If you're just a regular person making regular person money, living alone, bitch, I don't see a dime of the fucking money I make. I don't have fucking spending money. I literally need a boyfriend to move in to split these fucking bills with. I can live, but I do not have a life. Okay. So yeah, I'm taking applications. Honey, come split this rent.
Hey friends, I'm supposed to be working, but you know how you take a little break, you want to scroll social media, that's what I'm doing. So anyway, this post, I've been seeing it several times on Facebook. So it says, adults struggling with no kids is weird. What is you out here doing? And then somebody comments and says, not getting thousands of dollars in taxes, not getting child support, not getting extra money on stimulus checks, not getting EBT, working 12-hour shifts to pay $2,000 rent. Should I continue? Baby, I hear you. I lived my life 28 years without a child, so I get it. I know how hard it was to be single and not be getting all those extra checks. Come tax time, I definitely wasn't getting no refund. I was paying back for making pennies. But being that I did have the luxury of living my life single without a child for a pretty good amount, like I said, 28 years, I'm here to tell you, please don't envy us. I mean, whoever said this, that, they don't understand why they're struggling. Did you forget what it was like before you had kids? Because there was definitely a struggle as a single person. But I want to let those of you who don't have kids, and you're looking at it like those of us with kids get so much help, baby. That help ain't even scratching the surface. Because when you have children, you lose time. All that personal time that you have for self-care, or even an extra hour of sleep, baby, you ain't got that no more. That's non-existent. Mentally, oh my God. Because now, and I'm gonna tell you, if you're a good parent, you have somebody's well-being on your mind at all times. You waking up with it on your mind, you going to sleep with it on your mind. You are worried and constantly thinking, like your mind is just a roller coaster of emotions and thoughts about yourself, your child or children, like how y'all gonna make it. Like, it's a lot. So yeah, I just want to say that I believe you. I know. I don't just believe you. I know I lived it, that you are struggling, and nobody should minimize that. But I also want to say that when you see those of us with children getting these little extra checks, and I don't want to do, I mean, I'm saying little because, again, ain't even scratching the surface. But when you see us getting these little extra checks or something extra, please just raise your hands and say, thank you, God. You can be jealous for about 2 seconds, but raise your hands and say, thank you, God, because, baby, what you have is priceless. Children are a gift. The expenses that come along with them, not so much.
This is a nice, wholesome woman. I can tell she's very attentive, and she thinks things through. And I love how she's mentioned that, basically she prioritizes her kids. She's focused on them, thinking about them 24/7. That's a great thing. You don't see that a lot sometimes. But the thing is, it's like she's saying, oh, it's expensive to be single, it's a struggle. It is, but I mean, you just have to recognize what you have at your disposal. Because when you have kids, that takes up a lot of time, energy, and really it creates logistical challenges that make it hard to have as much mobility and as much agility with how you can come at opportunities. But if you're somebody who's single and you're not leveraging all the things that you have at your disposal, which the first thing that you're blessed with is time. Everybody has 24 hours in a day, but everybody does not use their 24 hours in a day the same. And understand, sometimes we feel like it's not enough, but what if you had less? What if there was only 12 hours in a day? Then you really be hurt. So, and if you could get 24 hours, then you'd be like, wow, this could make a big impact if I had another 12. Just like how most people wish they had more time in the day now. So, before you act like things are hopeless and act like it's going to be a struggle, how are you using your time? Especially if you don't have kids. Because that is prime time for you to truly be able to get ahead. But it's not going to be easy, and it's definitely going to require some sacrifices. But if you're willing to make the sacrifices, you can actually absolutely set up a very strong foundation, and pretty much it'll carry you through the rest of your life. And that's beautiful. Y'all, if you like the video, I greatly appreciate it. It only takes a second. It actually does help out tremendously. Also, if you like the video, I have a new feature that YouTube offers where it helps smaller content creators like myself. And basically, when you hype, it actually pushes us to the extent that it pushes the larger content creators. So you just press the hype button, then it shows you points. And since I am a smaller content creator, we actually get more points per hype. And then also Patreon's link below if you want to see some cool content. But until then, I'll catch you in the next video.